What's going on, gang? It's your boy Phantom Fuego, PHANTM, and you are tuned into today's edition of Say It With Your Chest. EQ is life, life, life. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us and vibing with us. Hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. As always, any questions, comments, critiques, criticisms, you know where to send them. EQislife247@gmail.com. EQislife247@gmail.com. Companies and coders looking to get your stuff reviewed live on the show. Artists looking to get your stuff mixed here at EQ is Life. Other engineers that like your EQ moves reviewed live on the show. Yes, we give love to other engineers here on the show. EQ is Life 247@gmail.com because EQ is Life. Hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Not going to take up too much of your time. Make sure if you haven't done so, you continue. If you have already, we appreciate it, and please continue to do so for each and every episode that comes out. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. And then please continue to comment on each show, like the shows, share the shows. Let people know to subscribe as well. Anyone interested in this stuff from a perspective of being an artist and just wanting to have a better understanding of what you're getting into when you're working with producers and engineers. Producers wanting to have a better understanding of how to talk to their engineers. People that are coming up as engineers. Please feel free to take what you want from the show. Take whatever gems you feel you can learn from it. Share them. Tell a friend, share a video, share 10 videos. It is greatly appreciated, and it only helps the channel to continue to grow and flourish. And the more that I have to invest in this show, the better this show will be. So like, comment, subscribe, and share the show. And as always, guys, need a little help with that single? Got a new mixtape you about to drop on the streets. Working on some voiceovers for your new radio commercial or your video. Get at us. Phantom on your mix. Get Phantom on your mix. Get Phantom on your mix. Don't know what else to say, but get Phantom on your mix, guys. Please let us help you out. EQislife247@gmail.com. You can be reached for all that as well. Not gonna take up too much of your time. We're gonna talk about EQing in the EQ sweet spot. What is that now? There is a sweet spot for EQs? What? Listen, for the majority of your EQs, your simulated plugins that you would be using, you need to be ensuring that you are going into them and coming out of them with enough volume to make the plugin operate at its peak position, peak capacity, peak performance levels, so to speak. What are those levels, you ask? Well, let's dig into it and find out. Let's pull up an EQ. Got a channel strip here from Avid. Shouts to the team at Avid. Those of you who do not have Pro Tools and have not had a chance to try it, I highly recommend trying Pro Tools first. You get a slew of options at your disposal without having to invest yet. It's just a great way to go. Pro Tools first, guys. Holler at them. Lock in. Avid.com today. Free 99. Did I say it was free 99? It is free 99. Free 99. Pro Tools first, guys. Tap into it. Get it done. So, shouts to the team at McDSP. You know how I already feel about this all-in bundle, $14.99. Tune in. You know I am not only the president. I am a client. All right. So, let's see. We got this classic analog pad. Let's hear this back. See how it sounds in the beat. And of course, I have this section looped. I have loop playback on to ensure that I'm getting loop recording going. I've got this analog pad. So far on this strip, this channel strip, as it were, I only have that EQ, and of course I always have that trim tool to make sure I'm getting good levels in, because that's what the sweet spot is about, guys. The sweet spot is all about making sure that I am getting an appropriate amount of level going into my processing and coming out of the end of that processing into other plugins in my chain or into the track as a whole via my master bus. So I need to always be making sure that I am keeping tons and tons of headroom, but not only am I keeping headroom, but that I have enough volume coming into a track, because the opposite of having too much volume is not having enough at all. And if I don't have any volume, well, how can I work? How effective could this plugin be if my signals are all the way down here? So I need to be making sure that not only I'm not clipping, peaking, hitting the red as it were, but I need to also make sure that I am feeding these big boys enough information, enough signal, enough current, enough electricity, enough voltage, however you want to look at it. I need to be making sure I'm feeding these guys enough data, enough information to do their job and to output what I need on the other side. And I need to also be ideally making sure that I am not increasing volume and I have identical levels all throughout my chain. Why? Because if something is louder, then I'm going to automatically think it's better. Don't let louder fool you. Don't let louder fool you. Always be mindful of that, guys. Don't ever let louder fool you. So let's dig in and let's see what we can do with this pad a little bit. But the point of this all, guys, is to make sure that I am getting optimal levels. And what are those optimal levels? Well, again, I want to be having average levels, meaning my meters all the time average out around -18, but they can peak at around -6, and I think people get those mixed up sometimes. So peaking is where my thing is at the top. Once in a blue, that's the maximum. I want it to be averaging even a little higher than -18. Maybe like -12 averaging. It's a good spot. But I don't want to be peaking higher than -6. And sometimes it's more important to make sure you're not peaking higher than -6 than to be worried about where you're averaging at. Because a lot of times people will get caught up in trying to make sure that their signal does this and doesn't bounce over -18. And if you worry about your signal not bouncing over -18, look at how much headroom, look at how much information, look at how much fidelity I lose. So you always want to make sure you're getting good levels in. But here, while I'm here with this, why not play with this a little bit? Let's see. I hear a lot of muddiness going on. I'm just gonna... And let's see if I want to add some top to that. If you notice, I can go really high up on this EQ without affecting any really important information. This might be a little too hot on the come in. I'll bring that down a little bit. Like that, getting good levels, make up some of that on the way out. See how that sounds on the track. Oh, it's out of the way, it's tucked in, but it's pretty. Without it, it's in the way. and it's not pretty. Shout to McDSP, man. Come on. Guys, first of all, shout to McDSP, $14.99. Tune into that all-in bundle. Secondly, oh my goodness. One, we see that when working with stuff, we need to make sure that we're getting good levels. So again, make sure you're not peaking higher than some people do -10. If you do a lot of like parallel compression, things like that. Some people -6. But again, with everything combined, you want to make sure overall that your whole session stays around -6 as well. So you begin to see that there's no way to have each individual instrument at -6, because when they all sum together, there's no way the master bus would be at -6, because my summed buses won't be at -6 if I have like 10 drum tracks and they're all at -6. Those are going to sum together and be higher, less headroom. Figure out the things that you want to be main elements, your kick, your snare, your lead vocal, what have you, that you want to be main elements. Those things work around the -10, -6 range and work backwards from there, and make sure you're balancing things out progressively. And as always, just trust your ears, guys. Trust your gut, trust your ears. Listen to your sessions, bounce them out, and listen to them back in your car. Listen to them back in your earbuds. Listen to them back on your cheap computer speakers. Listen to them back on a pair of NS10s if you can get access to a pair of those. Listen to them back on a pair of the Avatone little mix boxes, the mix cubes. If you can get your hands on those are great. I think they just put out a new pair of powered ones of similar to the mix cube thing, which is really dope. Small little square box that is just very mid-rangey and will allow you to get a lot of true to form detail of how your mix is going to translate, because a lot of it's the name of the game these days, guys. And for a while, honestly, it's been mid-range. When you look at these speakers that are in elevators, the speakers that are like at the mall when you're shopping, mid-range is really the name of the game. Though bass is super important when you're in the clubs and stuff, and so all that stuff you have to get right. But make sure you are listening back to the key elements of your mix in tons of environments: your car, in your earbuds, on your laptop, on some cheap computer speakers. If you have desktop computer speakers, great. On your TV speakers. If you have a 7.1 or 5.1 surround system, great. Listen to it on that. But that's, make sure you make it real flat and you don't have extra bass or extra treble, etc. You want to get as true a reply back from whatever system you play this stuff out of as possible, so you can hear how good and or how crappy your mix is, so you can fix it. Because nothing is perfect. Nothing is going to happen for you the first time. Even the best engineers mix things multiple times. This is art as much as it is a science, and so trust your gut, trust your ears, trust your heart, trust your intuition. Have fun. As always, guys, any questions, comments, critiques, criticisms, EQislife247@gmail.com, EQislife247@gmail.com, EQislife247@gmail.com. Shouts to the team at Phantom on Your Mix once again, having a little trouble with that single, about to get that new mixtape buzzing the streets. Got something you want the radio to hear? Got something you about to slide off to all the DJs? About to take a trip to Ibiza? Get Phantom on Your Mix. Get Phantom on Your Mix. Get Phantom on Your Mix. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Dislike it, hate it. Let me know what you think. Please, we here for it. Thank you guys so much. Keep working hard. Keep pushing your dreams. Keep writing them hits. And never forget, guys, collab, collab, collab. It's the name of the game. But oh yeah, EQ is life. See you guys tomorrow. Take care. Send in those questions. Oh, almost forgot. Send in those questions. We will be picking a winner this week, and the winner will win some swag, which I will present to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day. It's beautiful outside. I'm going to try to have one too.